Hello, 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 everyone. How are you all doing? I hope that you are all doing well, whatever part of the world you are in. Welcome, guys. I am really, really nervous. It's been, 5 months now since my last live, and I'm back. So, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be sharing some of my experiences that I've had during this 5 month break from Facebook and social media. And I'll be talking a little bit about, what's to come, things I've been up to, and sharing some experiences. So, welcome, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Um, if you're tuning in live, please say hello. Let me know that you're here, where you're watching from. That would be awesome. I love to see people joining in from all over the globe. If you happen to be watching the replay, just let me know that you have been here and say hello as well, so I can also go back through and give you a special shout out. Hello, Julie. How are you? It's so wonderful to see you. I'm so excited. I'm really nervous, but I'm really excited. So thank you for being here with me. Um, and yeah, so if you're watching the replay, just let me know that you have stopped by. And if you're new or we have not met before, my name is Crystal Ricassi, and I'm coming to you live from the very beautiful state of Utah. And I'm a woman on a mission to help and inspire others to live longer, healthier, happier lives. I'm all about living a gluten free and chemical free lifestyle, and I'm here to provide tips, tricks, and strategies to help others to do that. So I am a bit rusty, guys. How are you guys doing? What's new with all of you? I don't know if I think I've been off Facebook for a while. I know I've been off and on more or less. But it's crazy. I just knew that I needed to take a break. I knew I needed to work on me. And I knew that I wasn't going to be able to move further in life if I didn't. So I didn't think I would be taking this long of a break, obviously, but apparently it's what I needed. And I'm grateful to my husband for, posting for me and keeping you guys informed on how I was doing, and what was going on and all that sort of stuff. So, hello, Cheryl. How are you, beautiful lady? Thank you so much for being here. I've missed you guys too. I really have. I'm really shaky. I'm really nervous. So please bear with me. Um, Hello, Rebecca. How are you? Thank you so much for being here with me. It's lovely to see you all. So, I've just missed you guys so much. Um, let's see here. I'm glad you took care of you. Thank you, Julie. That means a lot to me. It's not the easiest thing to do, believe me. And I think for anybody out there who's a mom or a dad or, caring for someone else, we all know that it's really difficult to take care of ourselves first, right? I mean, because the first natural instinct or response is to take care of everyone else. But honestly, what good are we if we don't take care of ourselves? So it's a very good point, and thank you very much, Julie. Yes, he is. John is the best. He has been there for me through thick and thin. And he is posted here on my business page for you, for me, to keep everybody informed on what's going on and how I'm doing, and my good days, my bad days, that sort of stuff. So it's wonderful. All good. I get that. Thank you, Cheryl, so much. Yeah. So I have been working on quite a few different things, and I will talk about how I just really honestly wanted to just give up and throw in the towel and just say, you know what? I'm not going to do this anymore. There's no point. Who cares? Nobody's going to listen to me anyway. I just started. I think that's really when it started, honestly, is I started to notice I was not myself. Do you guys know what I mean? Like I was putting myself down. I was crying like all the time. I was miserable. I hated what I looked like. I hated, you know, and I don't use that word a lot because it's a very strong word, but I just was not happy with myself. And after digging deep, I realized that something from my past was still haunting me. And I knew that I needed to deal with it, but it's not something I wanted to deal with. But I knew I needed to. So I think that's really what started it all is I kept, I was also overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed with, all the training. And no offense, Helen, if you see this, but I was overwhelmed with training. I'm, really behind in the boot camps and just life in general. My kids were starting to notice it, and it was not a pretty thing. So, yes, absolutely, Cheryl, self care and love are essential, 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 essential. um, let's see. Need to run. My grandbaby is here, but we'll catch you later. Take care. Thank you so much, Cheryl. And give that beautiful grandbaby of yours lots of loves and kisses. And thank you so much for being here. So, what's new with all of you guys? I don't want to make this live too long. But I just want to know what's going on with you guys. Are you guys are you doing okay with all this, junk that's going on, in the world? I mean, there's been a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world, right? And I just want to kind of check in to see how you guys are doing, how you're handling it, what's new. Are you doing anything new or exciting, or are you feeling stuck? Are you, just tell me. Let me know what's up with you. If I am looking down, guys, I do have a few things. Whoops, I'm not used to my camera here anymore. But I do have some notes here just to keep me on track. So I almost gave up, and here's why I didn't. Okay, I'm going to be sharing a little bit about some things that were going on. So, as I mentioned before, things were happening. I was very low about myself, talking bad about myself. I was very moody. I was snippy. My kids were noticing it. And, they would just kind of look at me and almost have tears in their eyes and like, Mommy, what's wrong? Like, this isn't like you. Something's going on. I know that we're not supposed to know about adult problems. And this is what they would tell me. But we love you, Mommy, and we want to know that you're okay. So that really hit right here. I mean, just really just hit me right here. And I just knew I needed to work on me. So that's when I decided that I was going to take a break from Facebook and social media, and I was just going to concentrate on Crystal, because Crystal is not good as a certified holistic health coach, or an inspiration to others. I can't be inspiring to others if I don't have the right attitude, the right mindset, and if it's just not there, right? So that's kind of what basically started it. So some things that I was dealing with, many of you guys might know, I had lost 4 people in 1 month's time that I loved. They actually passed away within weeks of each other. Like I said, within a month, 4 people were gone. And I hadn't even taken the time to grieve. Okay. And we all know that, everybody handles things differently. Everybody grieves differently. Everybody, some people, it's just different for everyone. Right. And I knew that I wasn't grieving. And one of those people that I lost was my half brother, Tyler. And I hadn't seen him in years. So you guys can probably imagine the guilt that I felt, and just all of these bad feelings were coming up. And I just knew, like I said, that I needed to work on me, that something was going on. So 4 people I loved passed away. Some things that came up, one thing in particular that came up from my past that's been haunting me, I knew I needed to deal with, but I didn't want to. And that's the reason why it just kept creeping up and creeping up and creeping up. And I'll talk a little bit about what happens with that when we don't deal with things. So I knew I needed to deal with that, and that's a big one. Let's see here. What else here? I was having anxiety and panic attacks like crazy. And, I hadn't had an anxiety or panic attack for a very long time prior to this. So I knew, again, our bodies tell us things, our hearts tell us things. We just get that feeling that something's wrong and we need to deal with it. So let's see. What else did I have here? Let's see. Okay, so things that I've been doing to help myself. And before I get into that, um, some of the other things, this is really all wacky wongo, guys, because I'm really nervous. But some of the other things that had come up was obviously during this lovely thing that's going on in the world. I don't even want to say its name, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Hubby, my husband, has been off work. He actually just went back this month, and it's only for a temporary job. So we don't even know if he's going to be, how long he'll be continuing to be working. So unemployment might be in the very near future. However, we are very grateful for unemployment. It has saved us, as many of you might also know and can relate to that. Let's see. We are also down to one vehicle. So this is just actually recent. My husband's 40 some odd year old Chevy truck decided to break down, and it's pretty much a done deal. It's going to take quite a bit to get him fixed. And then my husband's Chevy S10 Blazer is also down, which he's actually outside working on it right now. But, it's that like snowball effect, right? In life that, when one thing happens and then something else happens and then something else happens. And that's kind of what it's felt like lately. So, however, there are things that I've been doing to help myself get through this. And this is the reason why I'm still here now and why I'm live with you now. Okay, so some of those things are I started to work on dealing with that thing that kept creeping up. Okay, I call it an inner demon. You can call it a ghost. I call it ghost as well. But things that we just don't want to deal with will keep creeping up. Okay, they will not go away no matter how many times you try to brush them under the rug. They just won't. And I knew I needed to deal with it. So this thing that I'm talking about, which I can't go into too much detail, but it was a big one. And it was really bad. It was a time of my life. It was 10 years ago. Okay. Well, actually a little bit more than 10 years ago, maybe 10 years and a couple months. And I almost died. I was in, just very abusive relationship, and it was bad, bad, bad. I was actually literally being held hostage against my will. So bad news all the way around. Okay, so fast forward. I never really dealt with it, like truly dug deep and dealt with it. Okay, and I'm sure that there's things in your guys' lives that maybe you can relate to this. Okay. And like I said, they just won't go away. We can brush them under the rug as many times as we want, but until we truly deal with it and work through it and put it behind us, they won't go away. Okay. So that's pretty much what I needed to deal with, was that big one. And part of that was I needed to forgive him for the things that he did to me. And I also needed to forgive myself for carrying on the load, carrying the guilt, letting him allowing him that control and that power over me. Okay. Which is not good. So working through that, and that's where my panic and a lot of anxiety and all that junk came up. And I, again, I was starting, it's almost like when somebody tells you something like in an abusive relationship or, bullying or that sort of thing, when you hear something enough, you almost start to believe it. Do you guys know what I mean? That's kind of how it was for me. Like I would refer back to all those horrible things that he said to me and how he made me feel. And I'd literally start to think that that's who I was, that I was giving him that power. Okay. not good, not healthy. So I needed to start to learn to love myself again. And that's one of the most difficult things I've ever had to do in my life, is love myself. And for those of you who've had really, like issues with self esteem and confidence, and, whether it's something that you've been told about yourself or something you've actually believed, I'm telling you, everybody, you're all beautiful, you're all unique, you're all amazing, you're all, you all have a beautiful gift to share with the world. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Okay. I'm telling you that because I had to tell myself that, and because it's true. Okay. I love you guys. You guys are the reason why I keep going. Okay. Um, so I had to work through all that. Um, and some of the things I started doing, and this is actually one of the reasons why I believe that things in life happen for a reason, okay, is because when I was working through all of those nasty, disgusting things that I had to deal with and grieve and all this, the stresses of life and everything else, I realized that I just kept like seeing signs that this is the time now to start sharing your story. Okay. So, what I mean by that is one of the things I started that actually started to help me to work through that and to come back here on live and be with all of you is I started writing my book. I'm so excited. I'm really loving it. As painful as it is sometimes to get into, it's like I'm reliving the things I already went through. Um, it's really therapeutic, really therapeutic. It's helped me a lot. So that's where I'm at. So I have started writing the book, my book about my life. And I'm almost done with chapter 2. So that's woohoo. That's awesome. Let's see here. I'm working on designing and developing my own website, all from scratch, and not, I'm not hiring anybody to do it for me. Not that that's a bad thing, because I understand some people just don't have the time on their hands to do that. But I'm really excited because I'm learning how to do it. And I understand now why people that are website developers and, people that create websites for other people, why they charge, quite a bit. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, guys. But it's fun. I've learned a lot of new things, and I'm designing my website, and I'm really excited about it. And I will hopefully be putting all my videos from here on out, from when I do trainings for health trainings, and all that sort of stuff. I'll be uploading those up into my website so that anybody who visits, if they need, specific training on something, they can go right there, and it's right there. So I started writing my book. I'm developing my website. I've been working through some really deep, nasty, dark stuff that's been, like a little devil whispering in my ear, and I also have, again, my husband and my kids to thank, because without them and their constant support and love, I don't know how I would have managed to get through this. You guys know, a lot of you know my past. I've been through a hell of a lot. Excuse my language, but I've been through a hell of a lot. And I wouldn't have been able to make it through if I had lost faith. And that's the one thing that I have never lost, is my faith. And this is not a talk about religion or anything like that. This is just, I've always had faith. Okay. I am a believer in God, and I do know that I've never been let down, because I've always had faith. So anyway, I think that's pretty much it. That's, just really, wanted to get on live and get over that fear again. It's been a while, so I had to go back through, StreamYard and actually figure out what I was doing. um, it's really good to be here. And, if you guys have any questions for me, please feel free to ask away. let me know what's going on, what's in your mind, what's on your mind, what's new with you. Um, and I'm happy to share anything that, that you want to know. So I didn't want to make this too long, but something that I do want to share with you before I go is I know that many of you may have been through something, or somebody has wronged you or hurt you, or someone you love, and it's difficult to forgive. Okay, I understand that completely. Believe me, I do. But one of the things that really helped me to get through this really dark, difficult time was to forgive myself and to forgive the person who hurt me. Okay. And the fact that I had to dealing with it is huge. And it's something that a lot of people just will not do. They just will not go there. They will not relive it. They just won't do it. Okay. But it's really important, especially if you want to move on, if you want to move the needle forward in your life. We have to work through those problems. Okay. I mean, it's a must. And that's just something that I learned. I've always known it, but I just kept thinking, well, I've gone this far, it's not, but it does. It just keeps creeping up on you. And speaking of going this far, I do want to mention that that's something that my husband actually told me is when I was going through some really tough days and I didn't even want to get out of bed, you guys, and I'm a mom, I have 2 kids, I got to take them to school, and all that sort of stuff. I had to do things that I didn't want to do or didn't feel like doing because it's my job. I'm a mom, my kids need me. But one of the things my husband did mention to me is, Crystal, you did not come this far to just come this far. Okay. And in a way, he was not really tough on me, but I guess very direct. He didn't want me, and it's not like I was feeling sorry for myself, you guys. I was just honestly knowing that I needed to deal with some nasty things and work through it so I could come back. And that's pretty much what he was trying to tell me is, Crystal, you're not a quitter. You don't give up no matter what, no matter how hard it is. And that's what I'm sharing with you guys is no matter how hard it is right now, whatever it is you're going through right now, don't give up. Okay. The world needs you. Your voice, your voice needs to be heard. Okay. Somebody out there needs to hear it. So don't give up. Okay. I'm here. I'm rooting for you and I'm with you in spirit and I love you guys. So with that, I am going to say that, I thank you guys so much for being here. I do thank you all for all your love, your support, your messages to me. Thanking John for, keeping you updated on what's going on. And, without you guys and all my friends and family, I wouldn't be here. And I'm just really grateful for all the support, all the love, all the friendship, and the encouragement. You guys really, really keep me going. And I hope you know that. Okay. I really, truly am grateful for all of you. So with that, I will say, I hope that you have a fantabulous rest of your day or evening or night or whatever it is for you, wherever you are in the world. Thanks again so much, guys, for the beautiful birthday wishes, for all the love and support, your loyalty, encouragement. I love you. Mwah. And I thank you. And I will see you guys very soon. Oh, one more thing. I almost forgot. My mentor, Helen Martin, is doing another video challenge, okay, starting March 1st, and I have decided to do it. So I just wanted to mention that I will be doing a 14-day Facebook Live video challenge. This will be either my 10th or 11th one. I've kind of lost track, but I know it's one of those two. So anyway, I will be back on live starting March 1st. And I thank you guys so much again for being here and for supporting me. Take care, be well, stay safe, and I'll see you then. Mwah. Love ya.